Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Smart Money Mo, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to double up on your profits by stacking entries with Orderflow. And I'm going to be teaching this guide through a beautiful example of another long on GU. Similarly to how I done last week, I stacked my entry and doubled my profits with the team with another long on the cable, right? And just to show you guys exactly what went on here, I sent out the GU buys as a signal with the entry, SL and TP. And this trade ran on for plus 5 RRs. You guys can see here, I told everyone 5 RRs achieved. You know, you should TP, or if you want, you can hold. And I always give smooth updates, like for example, GU is set to BE to help the team manage their trades. So if you guys want to get in on these signals, learn how I trade, and all of the other benefits listed on this website, make sure to check out the first link in the description to pay a one-time fee for access to all of these things. But without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So everybody, to get right into step one for today's video, what we're going to be talking about is the same order flow sort of business we were talking about in the last video, but now we're going to be talking about how you can just keep stacking the entries one on top of the other. Right, and it's very, very simple. This is basically a one-step sort of solution, right? So obviously we talked about what bullish order flow is and how to use it in the last video, right? And if you guys haven't checked that out, then do give it a watch, right? It's a great video. But yeah, what we're talking about here is just consecutive break of structure after break of structure after break of structure, right? Now, of course, this bullish order flow is going to come to an end. So let's try and sort of milk it out for as much as we can and try and gain as much profits as possible. So let's just say, you know, you started entering from this point, right? So you saw this demand zone and then you started entering from here. And this is where your first entry came about. So your entry was here, stop loss here, TP here, right? You know, you identified the consecutive break of structures and you identified the consecutive mitigations, right? So we clearly have a strong sense of bullish order flow, right? Now, once you enter from this, obviously, you know, your entry is going to look like this. So entry here, SL here, and then TPs over here at the high, right? So once we've set our TPs there, and then let's say this trade hits TP, we can literally just repeat the same process. So we have a demand zone here, right? Entry here, SL here, and then again, TP here. Now, I'd say after you've taken the second trade, right, about this point is where you want to start being cautious with your TPs and the way you manage your trades. So let's say we want to go ahead and do one more of this order flow trades. So from this, from this final zone over here, we want to enter from it. So again, we have the zone, we have the breaker structure, we have the liquidity, we have the breaker structure, etc., etc. We want to enter off this bullish order flow one more time and milk it out for all of its profits. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter here, SL here. However, this time we're going to put our TPs within this range for a more moderate TP, for a more safer TP, because we know that this bullish order flow has to come to an end eventually. So let's be moderate with our TP and let's go for something, for example, at the 50% of this range, or for example, at a level of supply here, or for example, at 1 to 5, or something of that nature, right? So this is what I was doing when I took my last longs on the cable yesterday. So yeah, that is essentially what I did on GU, and obviously we have a strong scenario of bullish order flow on GU, so we're going to go over that in just a second. But guys, like I said, this is basically how you're going to milk the profits of every single drop from a scenario where we have strong order flow in one direction. And you want to be using this tactic mainly on the middle time frame, so the 15, 10 minute, 30 minute. 1 hour is a bit of a stretch. I'd say the range comes in from here, 15 to 1 hour, right? So yeah, let's go on to GU now and break it down step by step on how I milked it all for its profits. Alright everyone, so to start off on GBP USD, what we're going to do is we're going to remind ourselves of the bullish order flow that we have on the chart. We're going to remind ourselves of the entry that we took last week. and we're going to picture it all together so you guys can understand how to use order flow to your advantage to milk every single drop of profits for a scenario that you get, for example, on GU. So first things first is this is the zone that I was going to be entering from, and all the backstory is what we're going to explain now. So let's go on to the 15-minute and start analyzing. So you guys can see ever since this point over here, right, and this sort of wider zone, we have had a consistent point of bullish order flow. And I mean in terms of break of structures and in terms of mitigations, right? So we have break of structure after break of structure, and we have mitigation after mitigation, more mitigations here, and then finally some more over here, right? So you guys can see here that we have a 15-minute zone, and this was a tap in, right? And this was the zone that I entered from last week. And so, I entered from longs over here, and, we broke past this structure, right? And now I'm at this point, yesterday, and I was looking to enter from longs again. However, now that we've sort of 5, trades into the bullish order flow, and price is sort of slowing down in the bullish momentum, and the break of structures are getting slightly weaker, it's only about the wicks now. I want to stay safe, and I'm going to manage this trade better, but I still want to maximize my profits while this bull run is happening. So I went on to the 15-minute chart. I saw that price had tapped into this 15-minute refined zone, right? And it had shown strong reaction, right? And the reaction was strong because, we managed to break through this level on the 15-minute. I know it's only by a couple of wicks, but, because of the strong bullish trend that we had, I was happy to take this aggressively, right? But we already know how to enter. What's the important part is that we stay safe while maximizing our profits. So now you want to think about, how am I gonna take this trade and stay safe with it? First things first is that you want to have points, key points throughout the trade where you want to be taking partials or setting stop loss to break even. For example, for me, I knew that if I was going to set an overall TP, it would be at this level right here for a 1-7. And I said to myself, at this point, if price slows down, or if anything like that, or if I'm happy with the profits, I will take full targets. And for me, this was 1-4, which is comfortable, right? And then I also know that at 1-5, which is right next to this high over here, I knew that I would mention to the team 5 RRs, take it, or hold the full TP. The choice is now yours. I'm already out the trade, etc., etc., right? Things like that. And I knew past this break of structure over here, right, that I would set my stop loss to break even. And just a couple of more confluences for this trade is that we had some equal lows being gathered over here, and we had the failure of supply over here. So, I still believe that price was going to push up, but I was just wary about how I was going to manage this trade while still getting every single profit of this bull run. So yeah, let's see how this trade played out. Price taps in, and it gives us a break of structure of the supply. So I would have set my stop loss to break even. This means that now the trade is completely risk-free, and all the profits that you make are without loss. So yeah, you can hold this trade now, and let's continue to play. So right here we hit my sort of TP1, and at this point I fully closed out of the trade. You guys can check my Instagram to see the proof of the results and etc. And then afterwards price comes out, and it gets us that 1-5 RRs. Now eventually price does drop, so I did make the right call with the full TP and the 1-5 RRs here. And this is what I mean by, so these bullish order flow runs can come to an end. So yeah, you have to be wary, and you have to protect your capital, and you have to manage your trades correctly. I walked away with a beautiful 1-4, and most of the team walked away with a beautiful 1-5. And I can say GU got officially milked for profits, right? Last week we got in on this bullish order flow for a beautiful 1-7.5 Rs, And now we ended it off with a lovely 1 to 5. So overall, for for January on GU, we are up 12%. And for me, that is absolutely brilliant. And hopefully you guys have been also taken on this journey, even though you're on YouTube and not in the mentorship, and you guys now understand how to take these entries, how to manage them, and how to stack your profits as well on the same sort of setups. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. If you want to check out the mentorship, check the first link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one.